reason why there's equity is because these are older homes. Anytime you see an area where there's rehab that's needed, you know there's potential as an investor to make money. Anytime the whole neighborhood subdivision is developed, it's going to be harder for you as an investor to make money because the neighborhoods are more mature. And they're sometimes, when I say mature, I mean they're sometimes newer homes, newer subdivisions where the primary people in those homes are homeowners. You know, these are more a mixture of homeowners, renters, lease option people, and that's what gives you the potential to take it from an ugly house to a pretty house. And like I said before, there's 65 to 70% of the after repair value. You can either fix them up and rent them or fix them up and sell them. It's about 75 to 80% of our clients decide to hold. That just tends to be the way they do it. 75 to 80% will buy and hold. The other 20 to 25% will buy and sell. And that's going to be dependent on the area. And usually up front, we'll tell you, hey, this is a good house for you to hold, or this is a great house for you to potentially retail. So we'll make sure that you know which is which. And that's all a function of the area, the street, what the house next door looks like, what the comparable sales look like, etc. Now, what is the ideal investment property? And when we say ideal, we mean ideal within the turnkey system. It's a single-family, bread-and-butter house, something that's marketable, something that someone's going to want to rent or buy. It's an up-and-coming area. And how do you know it's an up-and-coming area? Look for new construction. Look for new construction nearby, and generally that's a good sign that you've got a pretty good area. Purchase price less than $100,000. There still are several homes that can be bought for under $100,000. Now, the reason why we always say let's stay under $100,000 for the most part, unless you're pretty experienced, is because this kind of house, when you run the numbers, will generally cash flow better than a house that you buy and fix up and put it, that's going to be, $110,000, $120,000 for the most part if you're going to buy and hold. Now, if you're getting a house that costs more than that, then you're probably going to want to look to retail it. And it's probably going to be an area like Edgewood or Kirkwood or Grant Park where you can put about $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in it and sell it for a nice profit. But most of the properties are bread and butter houses, easy in, easy out. Appraised value after fix up, generally no higher than $180,000 because once again, we want to make sure that even if you start out saying I want to sell it, and for whatever reason you run into some bumps when you're trying to sell it, that you can rent it and still have cash flow, so you're not upside down. So that's why we generally say stay under $180,000. Positive cash flow if you're going to rent it, between $100 to $400. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Now this is on average per property. So and this is generally looking at after you've taken out cash out during a refinance. You want to make sure you're still in that range. Light to medium rehab, not a major rehab, $8,000 to $15,000. Easy in, easy out. Bread and butter home, something that looks like that. That one right there is a house on Banbury in Lakewood. Something like that, another house, same street, brick. Some are brick, some are frame, some are stucco.
How many bedrooms?
3-2. We try to, any house that we have normally, that's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, we always have our contractors add a bath so that it can end up being a 3-2, which is more marketable and helps your cash flow and helps your marketability when you want to resell the property. 5 keys to your real estate success. Profitable deal, like Lamar said, money. I mean, proven formula for success. You want to follow success. Success leaves clues. You want to make sure you're not doing something that's brand new. Professional, honest service providers like Susan Pryor, who just walked in the room, that are easy to do business with, that keep you updated, that don't leave you hanging, that look after you. Because of course, I mean, the service providers make money, so it's in their best interest to make it easy to do business with them. But I've had many a mortgage broker that I tried to get in touch with. I won't call you back. Anybody else have an experience? All right. Many a real estate agent. All right. Not this one, though. Not this one.
I can't get you.
Many a contractor. All right. Any contractors in the room? Any general contractors, subcontractors? Okay. You're a contractor too? Do you paint?
No,
That's good.
I'm involved. I don't really always put my hands on it.
Well, good.
But 48 years in service for my father.
Okay, good, good. There are some good contractors out there. And we do our best to find them. But we've had some bad experience with some dishonest, unprofessional service providers. And that's all I'll say on that. Exit strategies that work for your goals, what makes sense to you. And constant updates, because the real estate industry is always changing. You know, there's always some new loan program. There's always some new law that somebody's trying to push, or somebody's trying to change, or somebody's trying to restrict investors, or somebody needs to lobby against. So you always need to be constantly aware, and we try to do our best to keep our clients up to date on all these trends that change constantly in real estate. Bread and Butter Homes. This is a house on Donnelly Hollowell. I don't know if I really like the pink and the red, but it works.
Cosmetic check.
It works.
Sure.
Do it? Okay. Josh, you want to get somebody to count for you, please?
So we've got 562-824. Is that you?
That's pretty good.
I like that. The visionary T-shirt.
All right. All right, that's enough. All right, let's look at the potential. Like Lamar said, money. All right, now 6 properties a year. I mean, it's a fairly aggressive thing. But if you bought 6 properties, which is 1 every 2 months, and say you cashed out $12,000 per property, and you had $20,000 equity left over, that would give you an extra $72,000 tax-free and $120,000 in equity, which is pretty good. And these are assets that are appreciating, and you have renters paying your mortgage down, etc. So the question is, could you use an extra $192,000 this year?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. The potential, you can buy 5 to 6. I mean, some people buy, 1 or 2 a year. Some people get real aggressive and say, I want to do 1 a month. It just depends on your own individual strategy and your risk tolerance. You can cash out $10,000 to $20,000 per property. Susan will talk about that and the logistics of that. Tax deferred. When we say tax deferred, tax free, I mean, this is an accounting question, but kind of in a nutshell, if you do a cash out refinance, it's proceeds of a loan, and therefore it's not taxable. Although I think it does reduce your basis. I mean, it does. No, it actually increases your. I'm going to let Susan answer that question. Skip that. But tax deferred at the very least. Positive monthly cash flow. Equity, appreciating assets. And in order to truly take advantage of the system, you need to buy multiple properties. Because one, which gives you, $12,000 plus $20,000, if it gave you $30,000 in cash and equity, and it gave you $100 extra a month, I mean, that's great, that's nice. But that's not really making a significant impact on your long-term wealth and your long-term portfolio. It may make, you may want to